What's up, y'all, and welcome to my channel. Thanks for tapping into my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. And we got, a new story, and it's Larry Bird, the legend, the former NBA player. And he's completely destroying the modern day NBA players, calling them disgusting, and it's embarrassing. So apparently, the sports writer Bob Ryan had a discussion with Larry Bird. So let's check out what Larry Bird said.
And the first one was in the with this new All-Star game format, this nonsense. They won't play they refuse to play a real basketball game, and so they've got to find some other way of doing this. And they don't care about the All-Star game. It's all about the dunk contest and the 3-point, and the game is play a game. They made a mockery of it. And I say I blame these players. If they wanted to play basketball, we'd have a game.
Sure.
They don't have any sense of personal pride. I don't understand it. So they give us 211 to 186 last year. And, it's disgraceful. It's embarrassment to me. I mean, they should be embarrassed. Well, they're not going to do that anymore, and they're going to do some nonsense. Okay. So I went to Larry, and I said, Larry, what was your attitude toward All-Star games? I wanted to win, period. Quote unquote. I wanted to win.
Right.
I said, we played competitive games. No, you don't want anybody to get hurt. You didn't go nuts. You didn't go crazy. You didn't do stupid things, but you played basketball and you wanted to win. Gee, how elementary is that? Well, we've gotten away from that. So I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, if you will, and a guy who, and that leads me to part B. In his first All-Star game in 1980 in Washington, Larry Bird made history. What was that, Bob? He made a three-pointer. I said one singular, a three-pointer that basically put the game away. Okay? And it was newsworthy. He hit a three. Wow. Well, then we got into a discussion about the three. Now, here's the revelation that I love. Larry Bird said, wow, we never practiced threes. He said, the first time I practiced threes was prior to the first three-point contest in 1986. I never practiced threes. I just took them when they were there. And yeah, he said, today, high school kids, it's the game. Everybody takes threes because that's the game. But in his day, it was a bad shot. A bad shot. He said in KC one time, it was funny, he said, made him laugh. He was in New York. And Casey told them, don't take so many stupid threes in so many words. Maybe he didn't use stupid, that's mine, but he basically said, you guys you're taking too many threes. First possession, Danny cranks a three. And Larry laughed like, he said, I couldn't believe it. It was great. So anyway, but now the game, and I said, Larry, would you want to take 10 or 11? Not really, but he'd adapt. And of course, but that's just, so that's the difference in the game. Just think about that. He never practiced a three until he just happened to have that range.
Bob, when you mentioned, are you good with Bird before we move on? What else?
That's the big thing was that the All-Star game and the fact that they played it. He's disgusted. He was invited last year. He
wouldn't go.
He thought it was a joke, and it is a joke, and it's awful. And
all right, now, so there you heard it. Larry Bird has been critical towards the style of play in the NBA. And Larry Bird, along with other legends in his era, have often voiced criticism towards some aspects of the modern day NBA basketball game, how they play it. A few of the common themes they mention include style of play. For example, Larry Bird has been vocal about how the game has evolved, particularly with the shift towards three-point shooting, and he has sometimes expressed nostalgia for the physical style of play he grew up playing. He has also mentioned work ethic and dedication. Some older players, including Bird, have pointed out that today's stars, while incredibly talented, may not share the same level of grit and commitment as players from the past. He has also mentioned superstar mentality and load management. Many from Bird's generation have been critical of the modern day players and the trend of load management, where players sometimes sit out games during the regular season to rest. But despite this, It's also important to note that while these legends have their criticisms, many of them also acknowledge the immense talent of today's players and the progress the league has made in terms of athlete conditioning, global reach, and overall skill development. So let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see y'all in the next videos.